This is the Mo Patton Sports Videocast with Maurice, Patton, and Terrence Smithson. LT360 is a health and weight loss company based in Brentwood, led by Coach Scott Oatsvall and Brent High. They have helped more than 700 clients in the last year get healthy, lose weight, and feel better with an all-natural program and simple approach to exercise and nutrition. LT360 offers free health and wellness seminars each week. For more information, visit their website at lt360.com or call them at 615-312-8244. Taziki's Mediterranean Cafe, Nashville's answer to fast, friendly, healthy comfort food. With a menu featuring assorted grilled meats, fresh veggies, and a dash of inspiration, Taziki's casual dining is perfect for lunch, before a movie, or a dinner featuring laughter and great memories. Originality is our nationality. With 7 Middle Tennessee locations, one of them is near you. Check www.tazikiscafe.com to select your nearest location and next favorite dish.
Want to play ball at the next level? You got what it takes? Then you got to provide a professional highlight video to coaches. Recruit Reels is the nation's leading sports highlight video production company, and they're here in Tennessee. Starting at just $3.99, Recruit Reels helps student athletes realize their dream and families afford college. Watch highlight videos and review video packages at recruitreels.com. Call them at 615-896-6076.
Hey, welcome to this week's edition of the Mo Patton Sports Videocast. I'm Maurice Patton, and you can probably tell we're at Christ Presbyterian Academy out here off of Old Hickory Boulevard. Going to visit in a few minutes with Becky LeGate, the Lady Lions coach, and then with Drew Maddux, the boys basketball coach here. They are both headed into Region 6 AA play this weekend. Lady Lions here at home, boys on the road. We'll talk to both of them about the challenges that those games present for them here in a bit. But again, region play coming up this weekend across the state and obviously across Middle Tennessee. Some games to keep an eye on in the region quarterfinals, which are win or go home for the first time in this postseason for the most part. In Class A on the girls' side, big matchup when Nashville Christian goes down to Moore County. Moore County, the Lady Raiders have been ranked most of the season, and probably their first big challenge of the year down there in Class A. In AA, one of your state championship game participants goes on the road Friday night. Upperman goes over to Pikeville, Bledsoe County. The Lady Bees finished up third in that District 8 AA tournament over there, so they've got a road game there. Your defending state champions, East Nashville, they've got Harpeth coming to their place on Friday night in a big matchup. East Nashville, the number 2 seed after losing to Pearl Cone in the District 10 AA championship game. Some AAA matchups to keep an eye on Friday night. Oakland, they had some mid-season off-court issues. They go to Lawrence County in a Region 4 AAA quarterfinal game. N5 AAA Station Camp goes over to Henry County, and also Clarksville goes to Mount Juliet. So there are some games to keep an eye on Friday night on the girls' side. Also want to mention all of those games that we mentioned are satellite games. Most of your games are satellite games. The one notable exception, Region 6 AAA, all of their games, boys and girls, girls on Friday, boys on Saturday, will be played at Centennial High School, not at the higher seeds. So just keep that in mind as you're making your plans to go out and see some basketball this weekend. On the boys' side, all these games will be played on Saturday. In AA, you've got Pearl Cone going over to White House Heritage in a key Region 5 AA game. Also in 5 AA, Cheatham County goes to Whites Creek. Maplewood goes to White House. And again, in a few minutes, we're going to be visiting with Drew Maddux. His CPA Lions go to Stewart County in a Region 6 AA quarterfinal game. In AAA, you've got Columbia at Oakland. It's a Region 4 AAA quarterfinal game. It's a rematch of a regular season game when the Lions went over to Oakland, excuse me. Columbia went to Oakland and lost that one. So Hal Merle and that bunch will be looking for some get back and to keep their season alive on the road. Again, Region 6 AAA boys play all 4 games Saturday will be at Centennial. And one big one to keep an eye on, Summit, the regular season champion coming out of 11 AAA, drops to the number 3 seed going into region play. They catch number 2 Antioch. We spent some time with Casey Smith few weeks ago here on the video cast. His Bears will come in as the number 2 seed coming out of 12 AAA after losing in the district championship game to Cane Ridge. Big matchup here. Antioch 22-6, Summit 22-5. Got a couple of really good teams here, and somebody's going home Saturday night. So that's going to be a huge one out at Centennial. 5 o'clock is tip on that one. Check it out. In a few minutes, we're going to catch up with Becky LeGate, talk to her about her Lady Lions and how they advanced as the number 1 seed out of 12 AA. And then we're also going to catch up with Drew Maddux and talk to him about how his team finds itself on the road on Saturday night. Stay with us. John Mayer Builders proudly sponsors the Mo Patton Sports Videocast. With over 1,500 homes built in Middle Tennessee, John Mayer Builders knows the importance of families and communities. They have numerous business awards to their credit, proving that John Mayer Builders is built to win. Like them on Facebook. John Mayer Builders, our reputation is building.
Express Employment Professionals, North Nashville and downtown, owned by respected business leaders Christy and Jason Patrick, is the premier employment agency in the community. Express is one of the community's largest employers, consistently working over 500 people at over 125 private businesses each week in Davidson County. Whether you are a company looking for the next great employee or a candidate looking for the next great job, Express is the employment resource for you. Call them at 615-313-3690 or visit their website at www.expresspros.com/in-Nashville-TN. Like them on Facebook at Express Employment Professionals, Nashville North and downtown.
Hey, as I said, we're here at CPA with the Lady Lions coach, Becky LeGate. Coach had a barn burner there in the Region 6A, I'm sorry, the District 12 AA championship game. Coming out of the number 2 spot in the regular season, knocked off the district champion Giles County Lady Bobcats 45-43. And now we're used to talking about Washburn on the boys' side.
Right.
Carrington Washburn comes through for you the other night.
She does. You know, she played for us last year, started every game as an 8th grader. And so we really watched her game elevate last year, but then this year has really taken a huge role and had actually 2 big plays for us in that overtime. She hit 2 layups. We ran a backdoor play and she scored to put us up 2. And then they came down and scored, and then she scored again to win the game.
So, for a young kid, she's not one that minds having the ball in her hands.
No, she doesn't. She's very savvy in that way, and she can shoot the 3, drive. She's a good player.
And you don't mind her having the ball in those
all.
situations.
No, definitely.
Now, were both those plays designed for her then?
Yes, so the out of bounds play, yes, we run it, but we had talked about it coming out of the timeout. And then we were up 2, and they had called a timeout to set their play. And we had decided that if they scored, we were going to go with it. We weren't going to call the timeout. And so I think it was about 10 or 11 seconds. And so we got the ball to Savannah. Savannah dribbled, did a little spin, threw it across court. And Carrington caught it, did about 2 dribbles, and did her little teardrop layup that she does. And the rest is history.
You know, that's interesting the way you talk through that situation, because I guess in coaching circles there's a lot of discussion about that, whether it's better to go off the made basket or whether it's better to call the timeout, and I guess there's a lot of conjecture both ways about if you call timeout, then you got to get it inbounded.
Right, and you also, Giles has an incredible defense, and I didn't want to give them a chance to set their defense. And it also depends on the time that's there, the time and situation. We were tied, so I knew worst case scenario we were going to go to another overtime. So there's a lot of factors that go into it, but I just felt like that was our best bet at that moment.
In that particular situation, you're kind of playing with house money from the standpoint, like you said, worst case scenario, you're going double OT, which isn't the most fun, but it's not like you're going to lose it right there.
Exactly.
You talked about Carrington. You mentioned Savannah LeGate.
Yes.
There's been a lot of them come through here. Now, what year is she
So
now?
Savannah's a senior.
She's finally a senior.
Yes, she
Okay.
is. She's a senior, and she just surpassed. She's our all-time leading scorer and all-time leading rebounder in our school's history. So she's had a really good year.
And when you talk about and think about some of the folks that have come through here, and you've coached most of them.
I have.
Lauren Thompson, obviously.
Meredith Roman.
Yeah.
Faith LeGate. Yeah.
for her to be at the top of both those lists, that's...
And not be a three-point shooter. That's kind of unusual.
So she's getting them two at a time.
Exactly. So, yeah, we're very proud of her.
Talk about her game a little bit.
Well, I think Savannah, she just has such a presence, and she's such a great leader on our team. And when you watch her play, you just see that emanate. So she does whatever her team needs her to do. But she does a really good job. She's a good presence, obviously. She's also a great shot blocker, so she helps us in the middle of our defense. And she's just had a really good year.
She comes by naturally, I guess.
Well, her dad would say from him, of course, but...
Hey, let's not give Kevin too much credit.
Not too much.
Yeah. Talk about your team. 23-5 overall. You're
24-5.
24-5.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. 24-5 heading into the Region 6AA quarterfinals.
That's right.
Friday night, you've got Stewart County coming here,
That's
right?
right.
So you don't have to go to Dover like
That's
some people we
That's
know.
right.
Huh?
We actually did that. Our seniors this year, their freshman year, we went to Stewart County and played them there.
Think this is going to be a lot better.
I don't know. You know, we just got to show up and take care of our business.
What do you like about the way you guys have played all year, and particularly the way you're playing right now?
We are very young, a very young team. We play a lot of freshmen and sophomores, so we've really, I feel like, has really grown up this year. What I love about the last part of our season is they're gritty and they never give up. Just like in that district championship game, there's been game after game. We've had a lot of overtime games, a lot of close games, and they've, you know, so far found ways to make it work.
And I would imagine that's a comfort as you head into the postseason, that you've been tested and you've been in those situations. So it's not something new for you when you encounter it this time of year.
Absolutely, and I think too, your team starts to have that expectation that they're going to win, and that's the best thing you can get.
You talk about expectation. You got here in spring of 2010, so this is what, your sixth year, seventh year?
My seventh.
Seventh year, yeah. Seventh year. Hey, she teaches at a private school. I'm a public school guy. Anyway, seventh year, 3 state tournament appearances, 2 state championships back in 2012 and 2013. This program has expectations at this point. Just talk about creating those expectations, creating that culture that, you know, we're going to be here this time of year.
Right. Well, obviously I stepped into a really good program, and Coach Elson had set the foundation for that. And there's just that expectation, and our girls know that, and we talk about that all the time. And they know that they have opportunity when they're young, 8th and 9th grade, they get to play, but that also comes with that expectation. We talk a lot about our tradition. We have those girls that you mentioned before. They're constantly coming in and talking about the old days, but also the expectation and making sure too that they get it, get what it means to be in this program, and that's not just about basketball, it's the big picture. And it's a fun tradition to be part of.
Again, 1 state championships in 12 and 13 back-to-back. Reached the state tournament last year, lost in the quarterfinals. So it's been a while since you guys have won in Murfreesboro. How much of a motivating factor is that for this team this time around?
Well, like I said, this is a young team, so obviously that's the goal of every team. Right now, because of the makeup of our team, we're going 1 day at a time. But that is in the back of their minds, and we do have that conversation. It would be nice for that to happen. But again, as in tournament play, 1 game at a time.
Well, if you get to Murfreesboro this time, you'll have the swooshes covered, right?
Actually, that rule got changed. The next year, they call it the CPA rule. So we can have swooshes now.
Hey, anytime you got a rule named for you, you're
Right?
doing something right,
know,
especially
that's
when it's a
true.
positive rule.
That's right.
We've seen some, well, anyway. Becky LeGate, thanks for spending some time with us. Wish you guys luck as you
so
continue toward Murfreesboro. When we get back, we're going to catch up with the other half of the CPA coaching brain trust over here, the boys coach, Drew Maddux. Stay with us. Taziki's Mediterranean Cafe, Nashville's answer to fast, friendly, healthy comfort food. With a menu featuring assorted grilled meats, fresh veggies, and a dash of inspiration, Taziki's casual dining is perfect for lunch, before a movie, or a dinner featuring laughter and great memories. Originality is our nationality. With 7 Middle Tennessee locations, one of them is near you. Check www.tazikiscafe.com to select your nearest location and next favorite dish. At National Playmakers Academy, developing NPA athletes comes in threes. NPA develops its student athletes' academic, social, and football-specific skills. Next, NPA develops them for better exposure today, recruitment tomorrow, and college education through scholarships for the rest of their lives. We are proud of the outstanding athletes we have developed. We are more proud of the college graduates we have prepared. Work with National Playmakers Academy for developing gifted athletes into productive citizens.
Strike and Spare Family Fun Centers combine the best of bowling, games, food, drink, and fun. For all Middle Tennessee residents, Strike and Spare Family Fun Centers are the ideal destination for family entertainment. The safe, friendly environment is perfect for birthday parties for kids of all ages or business outings for adults who work too hard. Our friendly staff and fun atmosphere will help create those enjoyable memories with your coworkers, friends, and loved ones. Don't forget to sign your kids up for our Kids Bowl Free summer program. Visit us online at strikeandsparebowling.com or come see us in person at any of our nearby Strike and Spare locations in Donaldson, Hendersonville, Hermitage, Murfreesboro, and the Tusculum area for more details. We'll see you soon.
Boys coach of the CPA Lions, Drew Maddux, here with us now, and we talked to Becky just a second ago about opening Region 6 AA play on Friday night here at home against Stewart County. Somebody's got to make that bus trip Saturday. Talk about going on the road, especially in that region quarterfinal round. That's not something that you guys are really used to around here.
Yeah. First of all, it's great to see you back out here. It took us to postseason to get you to our campus. So we're thankful to have you here on our campus.
Hey, it's all about
graced by your presence today.
Listen to you. It's all about scheduling and planning, you know. So hey, it's good to be here.
Yeah, and tough act to follow Coach LeGate. How awesome is she? But yeah, you know, Mo, we've been blessed over the years, obviously, to play this particular game in this round and your first real true knockout game for this season here on our court. But this year, obviously, having to go on the road, it's the reason why we set up our schedule the way we do. We've already played in Birmingham and Memphis and Little Rock and Louisville, traveled into Hopkinsville, and why we make those trips is for this moment, and it's to really train the preparation around the mentality of what is required to get on a bus, drive 2 hours, and still to play at your peak performance. Right. And so I think our young men will be ready. We've trained them this way, we've practiced for it, we've scenarioed it, and now it's time to really see that put into action.
How you got yourself in this position. Won the 12 AA regular season championship, lost to a really good Giles County team in the district tournament semifinals over at Page, turned around and beat Cascade in Tuesday night's consolation game to nail down the number 3 seed going into region play. So you will be going to number 2 seed Stewart County. But you know, in the moment, again, that's a tough loss. Yeah. That Giles County game, I would think.
Yeah, you know, and you give Coach Holt total credit in Giles County. What a great basketball tradition, and they played terrific basketball, and so we give them full credit and honor for the win. But we didn't play our best either, and so you know, Mo, you know us, it's all about learning life lessons that are bigger than what happens between the lines. And life is a series of bounce backs. And it's how you respond to adversity, and how do you respond to difficulty, and how do you respond to a loss. And so of all the games this year, I was extremely proud of our team last night. Some people may look at it and just see a 10-point victory. To us, we saw a group of young men that came together and had the collective mentality that they were ready to respond to what had happened on Saturday. So I was extremely proud.
And let's take that a step further, Drew, because, you know, we were talking off camera a little bit ago. For a program that's not used to playing in the consolation game of the district tournament, to get that bounce back, I mean, coaches are going to say that, but the reality of it is that's a big deal.
Yeah, for sure. And we can say all the right things from a coach speak standpoint, and you try to do all the right things, but at the same point, they're 15, 18-year-old young men, and there is a human element that plays into that, and they truly know it's a consolation game. So you can get and you can set the table and you can talk about concepts, yet they still have to go out and perform, and they have to block that out. I was extremely proud of our young men for the way they performed last night.
So Saturday, you go to Dover, and again, it's every bit of 2 hours, I'm sure, and it's a hostile territory, you know, within the realm of high school athletics. It's I mean, they're not rolling out the red carpet for you up there Saturday night. And you've been in some tough situations, but how much can you really prepare for that?
Yeah, I think, you know, you've not faced the reality that if you lose, you don't get to wake up and do it again. So we have 7 seniors on our team, and so that is a reality. And so you're just trying to block out that and allow them to walk in freedom and to perform at the highest level that they can possibly perform at. And so once again, we've taken the bus trips, we've prepared, we've trained, but at some point you have to tip it up and go play. And what we're trying to do is to allow them to be free in that, to not be fearful, to not worry about consequence, and to totally pursue getting to play basketball, have fun, enjoy it, and get to enjoy that moment.
22-5?
22-6.
22-6.
But I'll take 22-5.
Now 22-6 heading into Stewart County. You mentioned those 7 seniors. The first one that most folks would mention, Clay Washburn. He's kind of the straw that stirs the drink for you guys. And it boggles my mind that he's not creating any more recruiting traffic than he has. But just talk about that kid.
Yeah, amazing young man. Just comprehensively, what he is and the type of student athlete that he is really remarkable. You have to think about this, Maurice. Not only is he average over 22 points per game, 11 rebounds per game, and nearly 5 block shots a game, 4.7 GPA in the first semester. 32 on his ACT. Truly incredible in terms of describing.
Time out. 4.7 GPA. That's on a 4-point scale.
That's correct. That's correct.
So he's taken a lot of accelerated
He takes
stuff.
4 AP classes. He's already into his sophomore year in terms of college credit. The young man's phenomenal in every aspect of his life: decision-making, citizenship, student, and ultimately what he does on the competitive field of play as well. Just a coach's dream. He's been a pleasure to coach every single day. He brings his very best for the good of the group, and he wants to compete at a high level. Why he's not being recruited at a higher level, it baffles me, because some program out there that is set up to receive him is going to get an incredible young man whose best basketball is yet to come.
How tall?
He's about 6'6" with a 7'4" wingspan.
Is he going to get taller?
He is going to get taller, actually. Yeah.
22 points, 11 rebounds, 4.7 GPA.
Come on, college. Where are you?
Yeah. What is his most significant offer at this point?
Lipscomb and UT Martin have both offered at this point, but the young man is really looking at some high-level elite academic institutions around the country, and so we're having some great conversations. We'll see how the spring what presents in terms of turnover and transfers and all those kind of things. So we're just praying through it. We know God has a great place picked out for him.
You know, for what it's worth, though, Casey Alexander's doing a great job over at Lipscomb.
That's why I would love for him to go play for Coach Alexander. Was at our game last night. He's been multiple times. So love Coach Alexander. I would love to see Clay play for him.
Yeah. Talk about some other guys amongst those 7 seniors and amongst this 22-6 squad.
Yeah. Well, Michael Marinick was our MVP of the district this year, as voted on by our coaches within District 12 AA. The young man is our point guard. He started every game for us for 3 years and just been phenomenal. He's really the engine. He's the little engine that could. Just plays at a high level, competes, plays extremely hard, and really sets the table for his teammates in a very positive way. He's going to go on and follow his father's footsteps and walk on at Belmont next year, where his father Mike played for Coach Bird back in the 80s.
Okay. So you've got your point, you've got your post, you're ready to get on the bus. This team has had a lot of success over the 11 years that you've been here, and we talked to Becky about the tradition and the challenge of the, I guess, the expectations. How do you see those expectations and that culture bearing on this team this year?
Well, I think it's an amazing thing that these young men get to carry on the legacy of so many that have come before them, and not just the 11 years that we've been blessed to be here and be a part of this program. It started long ago. We stand on the shoulder of giants. Guys like Richard Anderson and Mike Elson, Nate Morrow, our leadership's phenomenal. This place was breathed into existence by a group that came together and literally started praying in a living room. So we get to walk into that, and so we're just trying to carry on what was started long before we were able to be here. We take very seriously the brand CPA. We clearly know what that means, the first name of our school, what that represents. And so we just try to utilize that as a connector to really speak to the good stuff that life presents. We get to use basketball as the reason why we get to be together.
That's awesome. Where is y'all's region semifinals?
It'll be at Creekwood.
At Creekwood. A little shorter trip.
Yeah, not too bad. We were out there this morning for our region coaches meeting. It wasn't too bad.
Okay. You got to get there, though.
Yeah, that's right. We got to win Saturday.
Got to win Saturday, one game at a time,
That's
as
right.
Coach LeGate left
Absolutely.
us with. Hey, that's Drew Maddux. His CPA Lions go on the road Saturday night. Big challenge up at Stewart County. Appreciate you taking the time
Thank you,
with
Mo,
us.
for coming.
Appreciate you guys taking the time to watch the Mo Patton Sports video cast. There we go. Stay with us on the website, mopattonsports.com. Catch up with all your mid-state high school sports coverage. See you soon.